All right, enough of that. Let's get into this. Welcome back, people. Welcome back. Yesterday's stream was actually pretty successful with regards to talking about movie trailers, and I kind of give my thoughts and reactions to Doomsday trailer. And so, what I thought we could do in this stream is just yap a little bit and talk about upcoming movies. We can talk about movies a little bit. The other thing I think we could talk about too is define quote success for the Odyssey. I'll go over that, give my thoughts and reactions to what would be considered successful for the Odyssey. What else? There are a few things. That I've seen with other people's reaction to the Doomsday trailer that I wanted to kind of go, huh, and point it out, because now that I've noticed it and that people have talked about it, it's actually pretty glaring. Whoa, hello. Let's turn that music down. Whoa, that music's super loud. Hold on, let me pause the music real quick. Pause. All right. Okay. So, yeah, we'll do that. What else could we talk about? We could look because I am a little curious. We could look at Obsession's box office because I think it's beaten out like movies from the likes of like Blair Witch for um what's the term I'm looking for? Like independent because like we know it was an independent film, but in the way of hey, this is how much it costs to make this film versus this is how much money it's made. We could compare that. Um, if I had more preparations, we could do like a tier list, and I could show you the films I've watched this year and been like, hey, these are the films that I like. What else could we do? Um, we could talk a little bit about Spider-Man too. We could also do what would be quote successful. We could talk about Secret Wars a little bit as well in this stream. Um, yeah, I kind of just I liked the format of yesterday's stream where it's like, hey, I'm going to talk for 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. And then I ended up talking for over an hour because I actually did have some thoughts and reactions to the Doomsday trailer. I also had some thoughts and reactions on what I would like to see out of the Doomsday movie because I'm a little just whelmed. Does that make sense? I'm not super overly excited, not underexcited, just excited. So, I'm gonna have to be choppy and break this one up a little bit because this trailer dropped. Oh gosh, what was it? Well, it's now been 7 hours, but um, yeah, this was like the first thing that popped up on my algorithm when I opened up the YouTubes. And so we'll go over this. We can look at the Doomsday trailer again. Apparently they're being nice, so I might be a little lenient and play it out through, but because apparently it's like the Dune trailer. It's the Dune trailer that's not so nice to YouTube creators. Anyways, let's get into it. I can't hear shite. Okay, let's turn that up a little bit. Wow, that is a young. Okay, hold on. First, rewind it one more time. I totally forgot this is a shot from Homecoming. Oh, geez. Is this trailer just going to be... it's just going to be reruns. Like the member berries. Okay, hold on. Homecoming. Homecoming. Oh, this is also still Homecoming. Okay. Yeah, more Homecoming. This is a cool scene. Oh, No Way Home. Okay. The only good scene in the whole movie. I did not like No Way Home as much. No Way Home was a lot like freaking Iron Man 3, if you catch my drift. Like, they totally could have leaned so far into no. Mysterio is actually like, there's magical elements to this. There's mystic. No, it's all just drones. And it's all just fake. And it's like, yeah, okay. Lazy. Yeah, this is totally member berries. It's badass scene. This is a sad scene. This was. I wonder. Now, this is just me. Okay. With like behind the scenes. Okay, this is me jumping. Okay, you know how like people don't just turn around and they're like, "Hey, you know what? We're just gonna on a whim. We're just gonna make a movie." I wonder, like little nuggets of like, "Hey, when we filmed this movie, like both of them are in the Odyssey." You see where I'm going with this? Like, I don't think Nolan would ever admit it, but like Nolan probably has a list somewhere of like, "Hey, these are probably some movies that I want to do." And even though it was never in production, um, some movies sit in pre-production for decades, and so I'm wondering. I'm thinking about it too much. Oh, and it jumps straight to okay. Ew, why would he still have the okay? Okay, one, my only gripe, I do think they're gonna fix it in the film with the mask going on. Like it look just look how it just like meshes right into his neck. Like no folds, I know it's all like super duper CGI. I know it's a nitpick. Maybe they clean it up a little bit in post cuz like I don't know. That's a little gripe. We've been seeing a lot of maybe it even might show it in this trailer. Been seeing a lot of clips too of like Spider-Man using the shocker thing and punching Hulk. Yeah, let me just trust this random person that broke into my house. No questions asked. Which they probably will go over it, but like the dynamic between what's what I'm looking for? Like can they still remember Spider-Man? You know what I mean? Because that was something that a lot of people were talking about. Is like, does Ned still remember like being not buddy with Spider-Man, but like, oh yeah, no, he's saved me a couple times, or was that forgotten too? Hasn't really been established because, anyways. Ooh, hold on. That's actually pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. My speculation is I think the Punisher's been locked up and he's trying to break him out, or he himself has been arrested and he's trying to break out. I don't know, but the Hand is definitely hired gun because this, which is like it's so lazy. It's like just show her face. Like we all know who she is. That's the other funny thing. Worst kept secret. Like oh, we're glitching out. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Why is it being all weird? Hold on. Let me go. Boom. There's the punch scene. Yeah, that was circling. That was circling all over the internet the other day. Oh, and then this little cheeky. Stupid. So stupid. That's cool. That's cool. I have a good feeling about this one. I think. Oh wait. I think the other trailer was a lot better. Um, Now, here's my thoughts. Okay, hold on. Get to right here. Okay, I think because it's like, well, then who the hell are you? Here's what I think. I think half of them. Do I know why? I think there's a lot of mind control going on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like. Why would Hulk be fighting Spider-Man? You know what I mean? I think it's forced. It's forced conflict. Um, because we know. Again, this might just my opinion. Hold on, where is it? Nobody's gonna no. um, where is it? Where is it? It's right here. Right there. Oh, I missed it. Like just. I have the reaction time of a duck. Right there we go. We obviously know who, and it's kind of like a. I think it's a little lazy in regards to storytelling, um, just because of how we've seen it done before. Um, could Spider-Man obviously defeat? No, no, it's not even close. Just power levels and power dynamics. No, it's not even close. Like we can already see, he's kind of using a cheat sheet. I'm going to use the word cheat sheet with the whole shocker hand thing to kind of like stabilize the Hulk. But in writing, where the villain is too OP, that somebody has to give like a stern talking to and convince the villain to stop being the villain, then they like that inner, oh, I was good all along, I was just misunderstood, and then they like change. I'm nervous if I'm to overreact. I'm nervous that this is exactly what this is going to be, because it's like the only person that can be this character would be another mystical character. You see what I mean? Um, like your Doctor Strange types or your Doctor Doom types, or like Iron Man, maybe a Thor. You could throw Thor in there, maybe Loki as well. But it's like Hawkeye, hell no. Black Widow, nope. Who else? Who else? Iron Man, nope. So I'm a little eh about that. That's the feeling that I have, because it's like if they want to go the is the Dark Phoenix down. Let me look it up. Okay, hold on. Okay, so here's my thing. Here's my thing with the Jean Grey character is how do I say this? If they just jump Jean Grey straight into like being a bad guy, antagonist, and already jumping into that Dark Phoenix, because that's, well, from watching the movies, that's what it is. She's good, and then she gets like mind controlled by Magneto, and then like that's what the Last Stand is all about, is like she's the bad guy, and then Wolverine has to be the one. If like they just bypassed all of that, it's like you literally lost the opportunity to make money for that's what the storyline could be for 2 movies, maybe 3, if you want to pull Peter Jackson and stretch it out, kind of like The Hobbit. Um, because the other thing too, because they talked about this, is if they do reset the MCU after Secret War, it's like literally like that. If you want to keep Sadie Sink's Jean Grey around, like that's what one of those like storylines could be. If like she's one of the big bads, you know what I mean? Not like a Loki type, but you know what I mean? Where like sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. But like to have them just jump. I don't think the other theory is she's another alternate variant of MJ, which would be crazy. There's another theory that she's Mayday Parker, which is Peter Parker's kid. Um, which again, it would be a variant because it's like, you know, yeah, I don't know. But obviously, through this, well, and hold on, where's with the Hulk going after Spider-Man, we've seen the Hulk be mind controlled before, and so to see him get mind controlled again, that would not shock me or surprise me at all because we've seen it before. Um, and so much for like all the speculation for like, oh, he's gonna be Savage Hulk. He looks pretty green here. He looks he looks pretty green here. So which I'm surprised he's okay after this. Like this would definitely flatten him. Mm. What else? I noticed the Punisher's not in this trailer, like he is in the other one. Um, what else? What else? What else? Yeah, let's do this scene one more time. Doink. All right. All right. Let me pull up. Let's pull up the. Let's pull up the Doomsday trailer. All right. That's that. Let's talk about this now. Oh well, actually, hold on, hold on. Let me wait a little bit. Um. I will say, considering like comparing Spider-Man to Doomsday, I'm a lot more excited about Spider-Man, and I'm a lot more okay. This is probably going to be really good versus Doomsday, where it's like, yeah, okay. Let me show. Okay, let's go look up. Let's go look up the numbers real quick. All right. Oh, okay. Spider-Man Brand New Day has an estimated production budget reported to be between 200 million and 275 million. Ah, okie dokie. Oh, it's definitely gonna break even. There's no way that it doesn't. I think it could make back. Um, well, if they're fibbing here on this number, like let's round it up. Like let's say it's 300. They could probably easily make 300 within the opening weekend if they're fooling around and trying to get that much. Because I think there's enough hype behind this to get that money versus Ooh. Ooh, look at that. Which is ridiculous. Ridiculous. This and this. 275, let's round it up, put 300. So 300, 700. 300, 700. Potentially going to break a billion and doubling and almost probably even tripling the budget versus our return on investment was just a mere 250, 300 million. Because I think Doomsday is going to make a billion, but not in the way of, oh my gosh, you made a billion in the first 2 weekends. It's like, damn, fine, here you go, here's a billion. Because I think I think it's gonna crawl across a bit. Because like you look at Barbie and Oppenheimer, like Oppenheimer did not make a billion, but like it was sure damn close. But like Barbie exploded, and like it was kind of like an event of like you had to be there. Um, Definitely a cultural event. I don't think Doomsday is going to do that. I don't. I don't think Dune 3 is going to either. And actually, hold on, let me look at something real quick. I would not be surprised. 200. Oh my gosh. You are kidding me. $200 million. You've got to be joking, man. There's no way. Yeah, okay, this is going to break even easy. I could see Dune in its opening weekend and week making about 400, 400 maybe 500, but like within the first month, maybe it's to that 500 mark. And then first 3 months, maybe it gets to that 750, 800 range. Because I don't think it made over. Yeah, see, 715 globally. It did not make $1 billion. Dude, it is big. Hold on. um, no, no, Minecraft movie. Sorry, Minecraft movie. Oh my gosh. That's the world we live in, where the Minecraft movie is making almost 200 million more dollars than Dude. Shit. Um, which I'm still hitting the drum. The Oscars should do an award for box office. Like, if you want to fib the numbers and be like, course, of course we made this much money. Then it's like, sure, okay, whatever. If you want to lie about the numbers and fib the numbers, sure. To win awards, sure. But like, I think it would be kind of funny to, and it would definitely be like a moment in time of like people looking back and be like, yeah, the Minecraft movie freaking won an Oscar. It's like, well, why? And it's like, well, if you look at the income made of all the other films and the gross income, it's like it dwarfed everybody. Because like, I don't think, I don't think Barbie made. Hold on. uh, Wait, hold on. Barbie received 8 nominations, and they only won one. Yeah, which I think Barbie made the most money. Let me see. Yeah, 1.4 billion. Yeah. But when it comes to the Oscars, it walked away with nothing versus movies. And then you go through all the movies that came out in 2023, it's like, damn well, Quantumania wasn't better than it, nor was the Mario movie, or Shazam, or John Wick, or Guardians. It's like arguably the best movie were Oppenheimer and Barbie. And it's a thought I have, but it's like that definitely bought some time for all studios. Because now isn't Warner Brothers? Didn't they merge already? I don't know. Yeah, the Marvels. Yeah, people were lining up to go see the Marvels in the Flash movie. Oh yeah, oh yeah. People were getting ready. No, stop. I've said too much. It was the Rise of the Beasts. People were lining up. It was even in the theater at the same time. People were like, "Hey, 2 tickets for Transformers, please. I don't want to go see the Barbie movie." Stupid. Anyways, so um, yeah, that's a thought I've had for a little bit. Is you could do because, like, for example, you go per year. Star Wars, Grease. Okay, let's roll down here. Let's just go from let's go from 20 Toy Story. Okay, that makes sense. But like, for example, Harry Potter. Okay, is this gonna win the Oscar? Hell no. Wait, hold on. Why is it? It's not showing a billion. Oh shit. Oh shit. I messed with it too much. Year. Okay. 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 Is this domestic? Um, highest list. Oh, United States. So it is domestic. Okay. 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 Um. All right. The Avengers. Did the Avengers win any awards or any Oscars in 2012? No. If I'm not mistaken, I believe in 2012, wasn't it Argo? The Artist. I was thinking of Ben Affleck's. Oh, Fargo, not Argo. Sorry. Okay. Anyways, 2010. What was 2010? 2010 is The King's Speech, I believe. Not. Oh my gosh. No, not freaking 2020. Hey, where in 2010 does it say 2026 to have? Okay. 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 Here we go. The Hurt Locker for Best Picture. Oh, Jeff Bridges for the Best Actor. Okay, Sandra Bullock for The Blind Side. Oh, okay. Jeff Bridges. Oh, okay, okay. Which, if you guys want to know what I'm gonna look like in 30 years, probably gonna look like Jeff Bridges when I get older. That's what it is. I'll grow out my hair. I'll grow out my hair a little bit more, keep the beard long, and then I'm in my mid 40s. When I'm in my mid 40s and they still have, no creative, and there's still creative bankruptcy in Hollywood and there's no original ideas, they'll be like, "Guys, we got to make another Big Lebowski movie." I'll just sit there with my glass of milk and I'll be like, "Yeah, man, we can make another movie, man." I'll get so high and just sit on. I'm looking for my rug, man. There is no plot. There is nothing in this movie, but yet it's so good. I don't know. It's a weird movie, but it's like a good movie at the same time. Anyways, can you guys see it? I don't know if you guys can see it. Maybe you can. Maybe you can't. Would I look like this in the future? Maybe. Maybe not. Well, actually, I do have the. I would just need to grow out a little bit of a mustache. I can't grow a mustache to save my life. Do you see it? Do you see it? Maybe, maybe. Am I crazy? Okay. Anyways. Now, who would replace John Goodman's character? And who would be Donnie? Who'd be Steve Buscemi's character? Well, Timothy Chalamet's still going to be hanging around, so we could probably do that there. Now, who's Gaten Monster? I'm thinking like Dustin from Stranger Things. Okay, anyways, all right, enough of me yapping. Let's get back to the real story here. So, um, but like Hunger Games didn't make. I don't think Hunger Games won any awards. Same with American. No, American Sniper did win some awards, but like seeing 936, that is freaking insane. Oh my gosh, look at that drop off though. 936 to 620. If that doesn't explain if that does not explain the story of like Star Wars as a whole. Yeah, that makes so much sense. Cuz looking at it now, it's like yeah, that makes sense. Black Panther was 700, Endgame with 858. Insane. Bad Boys for Life. What I don't think did Avengers End. I don't think it won any awards. And if it did, it would probably one Academy visual effects. Yeah, go figure. Bad Boys for Life, Spider-Man No Way Home, Top Gun Maverick. Now Top Gun, it won a couple Oscars. Huh? Best sound. You're right, it didn't win Best Picture. Not even adapted screenplay. What the hell? What? Okay, what won Best Picture in 2022? Oh, it was everything. No, no, no. Coda. Mm, okay, sure. What about adapted screenplay? Coda. What? Visual effects. Come on, it's literally 2022 best visual effects Oscar. It's like Coda. um who yeah, but who was the winner? Who's It's like, yeah, it was Free Guy, didn't you know? Dune. Oh, okay. 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 What else? Film editing. Who won best film? Dune. Oh, okay. Well, Top Gun losing to Dune, it's like okay, we're fine with that. Bad Boys, Top Gun, Barbie, Inside Out 2, Zootopia 2, Toy Story 5. Okay. So, my cuz I believe Inside Out 2 won for best cartoon, best animation. But yeah, to have like you look at yeah from 2010 all the way down, even throwing it back to Avatar or The Dark Knight. Um, Literally none of these films, and it's not to say that they can't compare, but like there needs to be different genres for different awards because it's like it's a sports movie going to be able to compare to like Top Gun Maverick? No. Is Top Gun Maverick kind of like a sports movie? It actually is, but like you can't compare like a crime drama or let's look at other let's go just Top Gun for example, 2022 Best Picture nominations. I think Elvis was also thrown up there. Alley, Belfast, King Richard, Dakota, Licorice Pizza, Don't Look Up, Dune Part 1, Power of the Dog, West Side Story, and Drive My Car. What the hell? It's not even listed up here. It's not even listed up here. Hold on. What about 2023? Oh, you're right, because those movies. There it is. There it is. But Everything Everywhere All at Once won that year. But, like, for example, different movie, different movie, different movie, different movie. Like, these are four different genres. And then you can go into the, like, the fantasy element of Avatar. It's like, none of these movies are comparable. Like, it's comparing apples and oranges. And if anything, like, Top Gun Maverick should have won it. That's just my opinion. Um, I think Top Gun Maverick gave a lot of people a lot of jobs and kept a lot of people employed. Um, but like, yeah, they should break it. Because what if, for example, let's go 2023. Let's go 2022 because 2022 to 2023. Let's try to find like other sci-fi 2022 sci-fi movies. Okay. Sure. Supernatural, fantasy, 2022. Okay. I wouldn't compare. I wouldn't compare Everything Everywhere All at Once as sci-fi. It's kind of just. Well, it kind of is. But like, for example, I like this. Ready? So you have Doctor Strange, Prey, the Batman, Thor, Megan, Uncharted's action. I'd put that under the action category. Um, The Adam Project, you could put that under like action and adventure. Smile, you should put that under horror because horror should get a nod. Jurassic Park could be fantasy. Um, Black Adam could be like fantasy, but like you break it down and like yeah, you throw Fantastic Beasts in there. Fantastic Beasts, Morbius, The Flash, what else? Jurassic Park, Thor, Prey, Doctor Strange, The Batman, and Nope. The only other film that is competing with Avatar for like sci-fi, genre, it's Avatar. And so it's like, okay, give Avatar the award for winning that. But then when we come back, like I saw All Quiet on the Western Front nominated too. Let's go 2022 war movies. Like we break it down. Okay, the 10 best war movies. Okay, Sisu, The Greatest Beer Run Ever, Devotion, Medieval, Narvik, Sniper, War Sailor, Sermon on the. Okay, compare all of these movies together and go, you know what? Yeah, All Quiet on the, All Quiet on the Western, All Quiet on the Western Front was the best war movie, and so it wins that award. And then once you go through comedy, horror, because for example, 2022, um, thriller movies. You can even break it down to thriller. Best thriller movies. Oh, this is 2022 through Bullet Train. Um, sure. Because it's like let's do a horror real quick. All right. Because it's like the Scream, like for example, the Scream like measure up to like Texas Chainsaw or Dave Grohl's movie here. Um, this is where they're actually fighting Foo. The Foo Fighters are actually fighting Foo in this movie. Where's Smile? Anyways, anyways. So you add all up. You add up all the you add up all the best pictures and like the categories for like horror, suspense thriller, war, action, sci-fi, like big budget, and then you'll have to find another like category to put like, you know, the Fablemans tar or women talking. I don't know what kind of genre I'd put that under. It could like spread out through all, but like after you go through those 5 or 6 different genres, you could also throw into box office and just go straight up box office where, yeah, Top Gun would win because it made the most money. Um, After you go through all 6 or 7 of those categories and break them down, then you have all those winners come together for Best Picture. And then if there's one where, like, let's say one year, like for documentaries, let's say there were only like 2 documentaries that were made, which is not true. Like every year would have multiple projects, but like, as far as I know, Maverick is not a war movie. But with, for example, with this, there are only 2 others. Like the best beer run ever. That's like a comedy movie ish, and so like it would kind of be a loose like, okay, yeah, it can be thrown in that category. But like, but Sisu is also like an action film, so it's like realistically, there's only one war movie that was made that year. If there's another movie like that, it's like, hey, let's throw it in Best Picture, and then go from there. Because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Some of the best, like in 2024, what were some of the best picture? Yeah, I don't even remember half of these. I think, yeah, yeah, Oppenheimer won it, right? Okay, good. I was about to say, which I think we all knew. We all knew Oppenheimer was going to win it. All right, enough of me yapping. Enough of me yapping. That's my reason why I think there should be a separate category for box office. Box office to be the best. That's what I'm looking for. Like a best winner. All right. So it is confirmed that this is Doom's voice, which is kind of yeesh. Okay, where is? Hey guys, did you know this is Reed Richards, the smartest man alive? Did you know that? I saw people making fun of Bucky's hair. It's like it looks fine. His role, I will say this, like from the Captain America trilogy, they've really butchered Bucky's character. All right, pause. Okay, here's something that I've heard lately, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't see it the first time. Okay, zoom out a little. Ah, never mind, never mind. Okay, okay, you can tell they're in the same room. They're in the same room. I didn't notice this the first time. They are not in the same room. There's no way that they got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, all 12 people in this shot at once. Somebody was talking about how like these guys are cropped in and this was filmed on a separate like day, because like there's no shadows at all versus shadows here, and like you can tell like they are there now. If these guys were not on set when this was filmed and they just like threw it in there, that's impressive as hell. But like you can kind of tell like floating, no shadows, kind of floating. um Anyways, so there's that. And a theory that I heard was that Doom will be standing right there because there's like a gap. There's a gap and there's a gap right here. So somebody could be standing right here, whether it's Captain America, and then somebody could be standing right here, whether it's Doom or Captain America, which I think it's a bit of a stretch, but if like you've heard the leaks, apparently Doom works with them in this film, and it's like, gosh, we got betrayed by someone named Doom. Who the F would have saw that come? Which I will say, if it's a little cheeky, But what would make that work where we're not like rolling our eyes going, oh gosh, is if Doom just goes by the name Victor. Maybe like he doesn't actually give his surname, like he's just it's Victor. I go by Victor. And would also be very compelling. Here we go. This is me off the dome. If because Doom wears his mask. If for building up to the point where it's like, he betrays us, he's actually the bad guy. If he's not wearing the mask and his face is totally fine, we see the charm and the charisma of Robert Downey Jr.'s character on the screen and his screen presence of him like commanding the scene and chewing up a lot of the time. But then, because it's been talked and reported, his face gets all like scarred up. That after they betray people or something, and like, oh, we figure out his master plan or whatever, he gets all scarred up. Then he puts on the mask for the third act of the film and keeps it on. So like this part right here, third act, where he already has the mask on. He's already betrayed everybody. Because that's something that was reported was and thought of and hypothesized. Son, he's doing the face again. I think Mackey's a great actor. I think they've butchered his character, man. Like they don't. Yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, so that was one theory that someone was talking about. Also, when you listen to what he's talking about like being scared. Oh, where's the okay? So a theory. Shout out to Beardo. His theory, and I can see it and go, oh, okay, that might be real. Is okay. This taking place at the mansion. I kinda assumed that. I mean, you can see a Colossus right there, and like from where's the where is he right here, Colossus. Like you can tell the Colossus's legs are hidden. Oh yeah, give me your war face, baby. And then right here with them fighting in the mansion, because you can see Mesquite back there. You can see Sun. You can see him just hanging out. You can see a fantastic four-leg right there. Um, because we gotta have inner conflict. We gotta have the Avengers fighting the X-Men. What is supposed threats that scare me far less than this. Okay, what was the theory behind that? Is Thor isn't talking about Doom, he's talking about the X-Men. Because when you look, okay, come here. Right here. There aren't any X-Men in this shot. And because there's a little bit of lazy writing, we have to have forced conflict. I mean, you look at the poster. Where's the poster? Let me pull up the poster here. Doomsday poster. Fortnite Battle Pass. Let's pull up the Doomsday poster here. As you see how people are broken off. Fantastic Four is in their own square with Wakanda. The X-Men are in their own square. And then we have like everybody teamed up over here with what's left of the Avengers and the Thunderbolts. I'm not calling them the Avengers. They are the Thunderbolts. Oh my, what a stretch. What a stretch. Wolverine or Loki, that's a stretch. That's a little bit of a stretch. That's actually kind of funny. Okay, way back to oh wait, there's Best Picture. Oh my gosh, that looks so gross. That looks so gross. Too many characters. Which arguably, hold on. Wait, Hawkeye's not in it. Never mind. I was like, this is actually very accurate, the amount of characters that are in this film. There's gonna be way too many characters. Ooh, this one's kind of cool. That's kind of a cool edit. Ooh, this is kind of a cool edit. Cool poster. What are these? Ugh, those those do not get me excited at all. If those posters are real, those do not get me excited at all. That's pretty cool. All right, back to it, back to it. And so the speculation is that Doom Doom's convincing them both to fight, which seems so silly because it's like, why would why would the Avengers just all of a sudden be like, sure, this guy that we haven't seen before, yeah, let's take his word for it. A little bit lazy, but okay, sure. Hold on. What's this? Right here. See this? See this thing that's standing behind him? I could be seeing shit, but again, the suit. This suit looks good. Oh, hold on. You see, hold on. What's moving right there? Ah, it's just a cloud. Never mind. So then right there. Oh, it's probably just a tree and rubble. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're seeing. I'm seeing stuff. So, what else? What else? What else? So yeah, that's why we have to have, um, the X-Men fight everybody else because they're convinced, oh, the X-Men are bad. The X-Men are bad. Mutants bad, which it's like, okay, that's like every single X-Men movie ever. Give me your war face. This is definitely happening in the first act. This is probably this scene is probably the scene when probably everybody else figures out, oh, hey, this guy named Victor Von Doom, he's not on our side. What else? What else? What else? This is probably the little boy, his little brother, nephew. My bad. Like, what's he gonna do to Doom? I meant it. Son. Again, badass costume. It only took him 20 plus years. And I like the Fantastic Four's costumes as well. They're not that bad. Like, it's not that bad. It's actually pretty good. Right here, they're probably exchanging recipes for sandwiches, and you know, I'm teasing. Get it, the bear guys. Get it, get it, get the bear reference there. Anyways, enough of me yapping. I can't. Okay, after I talked about it the other day, I cannot unsee just the shot cuts between this shot and this shot and this shot and this shot. But it's like, yeah, these were like 7 different takes. Dun, 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 dun. Go see it in Infinity Vision because we did not get IMAX. We got beat out by Dune. What else? What else? What else? Anything else? And nothing else. Oh yeah, gotta talk about the X-Men. So okay, okay. Like again, the put aside your petty squabbles, reading the dialogue of hmm because we have to have forced um what's the word I'm looking for? Conflict, forced conflict. they're fighting, not the whole movie, but at least through the first act, where these guys don't trust these guys who don't trust these guys, which it's like, okay, yeah, sure, that makes it. But it's like, it's different from what Avengers Infinity War was, where through the first and the second acts of the film, it's like there was a big bad. It was through the first act and the second act, it's like, oh, we're fighting Thanos' henchmen. We're not fighting each other. We're fighting his. I believe they're called the Black Hand or something like that. Like, we're fighting his guys. Versus this, where it's like, okay, we're all gonna scrap up against each other. You know, then we're gonna go, guys. Okay, we actually know who the big bad is. Anyways, anyways. Show me your wall face. Stupid. All right, let's close out of that. Alrighty. Now let's talk about the Odyssey a little bit. Brand new day. Yep. I think. Well, and honestly, I think the reason why I think Brand New Day will be so much better than this is I don't think. Um, I mean, even looking at the landscape of what Marvel has been for the last 5 years, 6 years. If you ask some people didn't like Endgame. Like, they're like, oh no, the last good true MCU film was Infinity War. Which, okay, yeah, has there's a little bit of there's a little bit of truth to that. But like, yeah, some like hardcore fans say that which I don't know what this is all about, the Doomsday poster. I've never, yeah. Um, then this, it doesn't look too cheap. It doesn't look too bad. I'll admit that. I mean, because look at this. Wait. Where's. Let's do the same, you know. Oh, this would have been cool. That would have been. Oh, well, that would have spoiled a lot, actually. That would have actually spoiled a lot. Um, where is. Well, oh, and here's the other thing that I think too. Hold on, we'll get to the Brand New Day. I'll get to my thoughts on Brand New Day. Here's another reason why I think personally, Steve Rogers could be wearing a different alternate version of the Stars and Stripes. Here's why: because through all the promotional stuff, i.e., this photo here, these type of photos here, this photo here. I know they're like fan made, but like they're kind of this photo here. Um, and all of the promo shots is Cap holding Mjolnir. This photo here, particularly, look at this one. It's easy. Oh, you can just crop out. You can just crop out Mjolnir. But in the movie, we know, yeah, he has Thor's hammer. So that's my only thing. They hid that one perfectly. They were able to keep it hidden. This poster was probably made after the film. Yeah, this one was definitely made after the film came out. So I mean, this especially, this was everywhere. They kept the shield hidden, kept the hammer hidden. So, oh, here it is. Yeah, like this. Yikes. It's not the best, but it's not the worst either. So, I mean, this doesn't look that bad compared to the other stuff. So, oh yeah, he's gonna be wearing a different uniform. What's a? I'm curious. I'm curious. Wait. Mm-hmm. Oh, let's actually, I am curious. Um, Key comic storylines inspired the movie. Time Runs Out, Secret Wars, Fantastic Four. Oh, hold on. This is a major comic book storyline. Hmm. Huh. Okay. Where is what I'm trying to do here with my thoughts is I'm trying to see, like, for example, like, let me show you something. Um, like, obviously, like, this inspired some of the scenes. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find Captain America. Here's the other thing that was kind of lost is they could have made a Civil War 2. They probably should have, and involved some of the X-Men and Spider-Man and the Fantastic. Like it would have been good. I have my own thoughts on how Civil War should have ended. Um, Personally, I think Cap should have died at the end of Civil War because it would have led perfectly into because it's like characters die, but it's like they're not gone forever. They can be. My What I would have done with Civil War is let me show you something. No, no, no. Hold on. It's actually showing me the steps of how Civil War started. No, no, no. Hold on. Comic steps. No, no, no. So comic. Spoiler. Hold on. Let me just load. Okay. Right here. Boom. Yes. So, right here. So, um, here's what we would have done. And this is like I would have followed this storyline. And what I would have done here, because we've seen it, is so Captain America signs over, to the Sokovia Accords or whatever. So like the resolve is done. The issue is finalized. Like they've already fought Zemos or whatever. Like they already went there. You can have the Black Panther there. And so then they come back and like on the steps, after like they've signed the peace treaty or something, someone takes out Captain America and cut to black. Just like how in Winter Soldier, right after Cap fell out of the ship, Bucky saved him, and then it cut to black, and then it started back up, and then we finished the movie, and then there were credits. It you know the Accords are signed or whatever. A hired gun takes out Captain America, and then it cuts to black, and it's like, well, what the frick? And we are led to believe it's someone from Wakanda. And then that could roll into because from 2016, no other MCU movies were made. You could have made a Black Widow film in 2016, but no, we decided to wait till later. And then you could have a storyline of a Black Widow taking out Captain America at the end of Civil War 1. There's me spitballing some cool ideas. But then after that, or in that timeline, let me show you Black Panther. Bucky. All right. You know how Bucky kind of like sits in a cryo chamber or something for the whole movie, and then he's given a new arm and everything? This should have been Steve, where they like, yeah, he gets shot, and then it's like, whoa, but like they like slow his heart, like they take him and like with the vibranium or whatever, like they just kind of keep him at bay for a little bit. The best way I can explain it is, have you seen Kingsman? I like how they put the cooling gel thing on his face. That's the best way I can like explain it. Where it's like, Harry, we thought you were dead. And it's like, no, no, no. But like you keep him frozen, but then you don't reveal it. You do not reveal that Steve's still alive until boom, this trailer right here. Because then people are like, what the hell? How the hell is he alive? And then we have the catch scene. Now I'm just going off the dome and none of this like lines up perfectly. But like you have that catch scene and then like when we're kind of establishing stuff, you could do like a little bit of a throwback of how like Steve was, Tony like just with how things played out. They got ambushed and so then Tony left the body because it's like, oh, we're getting ambushed by a whole bunch of Black Widows. Um, and then you could have that inner conflict of like, did Natasha set him up for this? Because like, and so then, anyways, T'Challa would take Steve. I guess you could have Bucky follow as well. I don't know. And then that could also lead to Bucky turning into the White Panther because Bucky not turning into the White Panther and concluding that storyline was the White Wolf. My bad, not the White Panther. My bad. Yeah, him not turning into the White Wolf was a failure on the MCU because it was leading directly to it. It should have happened, but it never did. All right. Anyways. That's how. Okay, me spitballing. That's how I think Civil War should have gone. I've thought about that. I've thought about that one for a while because it would have been. It would have had stakes. And at the time, because of like looking back on it, we wouldn't have because nobody thought Tony Stark would die or Steve Rogers would die. Nobody thought that at the time. Like they knew they would fight, but like if like one of them, yeah, it's like oh damn, oh okay. But then yeah, where could you put Civil War Two? Civil War Two also, if they were going to do another Civil War Two, Civil War Two could have taken place, and that movie could have come out in like 2022 or 2023 of like after you have Endgame, then you have a Spider-Man movie, but like yeah, instead of Eternals or gosh, I don't even remember any of the other MCU movies that came out at the time, but like you establish stuff like you know the X-Men, you have your Wolverine movie, you have a Fantastic Four movie, you have Spider-Man's third movie, so like maybe No Way Home could lead into Civil War 2. I don't know. And then from Civil War 2, you could then start to lean into Doomsday, and then Doomsday would lead into Secret War. Like, there were so many. Like, yeah, dude, having Miles Morales as Spider Man, that, like, there were so many. And that's the thing that should kind of piss MCU fans off, which is kind of why I don't think it's kind of why I don't think it'll make a lot of money, but it kind of will still at the same time. Is like the good graces of the fans that have been following forever. The truth is, it's like you've lost out on 6 years worth of stories you could have told and comics you could have followed. But it's like, no, we got to have our She Hulk TV show. Okay. What else? What else? You could as well, like if we're going off of Multiverse of Madness, you could have an incursion sort of going on where during Civil War Two, where it's like, wait, why are we fighting again? And it's like Scarlet Witch is controlling one of them behind the scenes. You could have that where it's like, yeah, the Hulk is controlled. Um, you gotta involve the Silver Surfer somehow. Let me look up. Where is that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Um, and then from Civil War Two, the looming big bad could also be Galactus. Because to bring Galactus in for one movie and then get rid of him, it's like, what are we doing? Um, oh my gosh. Look at it. Look at it. They gotta get the Venom suit somehow. I think they're gonna go off of this comic book, considering Doom and the Fantastic Four. So if I were to read a comic book, I'd probably read this one because like this is not happening. Well, it would actually be a lot cooler. People have speculated that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man's gonna come back. See, there's Nova. All right. What the hell is this? Ooh. Oh, Daredevil. Yeah, you gotta have Daredevil. Mm-hmm. Yep. Hydra Cap. They've been talking about Hydra Cap. I don't think they would do it. Bro, they can't even get Wolverine on the same screen as Spider-Man or Daredevil or Miles Morales or Blade or they can't even get any of those. They're not doing a Hydra Cap. They can't even get the Venom symbiote to Tom Holland's Spider-Man, which I do think it will be in this film, or at least glanced over a little bit. You gotta have Captain Marvel, baby. You gotta have her coming back. Who's that? Who that is? Oh my gosh, bro. The possibilities are endless. Cause this is the infinite money glitch of like the potential of making movies forever and ever and ever. Um, but it's like, nope. They don't want money. They don't like money, I guess. Because like they have the resources. For F's sake, they spent $700 million. Speaking of, we'll use that as a segue to talk about our sponsor. Oh wait, no. For today's sponsor. All right, here we go. Okay, here's what would be technically a quote unquote win for Doomsday. Is this will be successful if it can get um if it makes under a billion. Well, hold on, let's compare. Yeah, if it can't, I do think it will make over a billion, but I'm thinking like 1.1, 1.2. Like I don't think it's making more money than the Avengers. Um it sure as hell is not making more money than Infinity War. Like Infinity War, it was just a different era, man. It was a different era. Um so I think it's going to be the lowest gross movie of the Avengers. Yeah. Um, now I yeah 1.2. I'm thinking 1.2 million because it's not reaching 2 billion. There's no way. There's no way. Um, let's talk about. All right. So here we go. 1.9, 1.1, and 878. So, 2 billion. I don't know if Spider-Man Brand New Day would be a 2 billion. Like I think it'll definitely make double or triple in the opening weekend. Like I think it can surpass the 275, and even if that's a fib number and the number's 400 or 500, I still think it can make over 500. But to have it go over, because like there is hype behind this movie, but like the hype I feel isn't as big as No Way Home's hype, because No Way Home, like there's that secret of, hey, there might be more than one Spider-Man in this. Um and like I think that brought a lot of people to want to go and see the film in the theaters. So I'm kind of, I think, like if we're to go back and look at the Spider-Man budgets, I think it makes more than Far From Home. I think it makes a lot more than Far From Home. But if it's over No Way Home, it's going to be a $2 billion film, and I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a $2 billion film. Because actually, let's do Marvel. Mm. It'll do more than Age of Ultron. It'll do more than Avengers. It, yeah, it's probably going to be sandwiched in between Avengers. Like 1.7, I could see 1.7 or 1.8. Um, because like this was their peak. They're never reaching their peak again. No way. Mm-hmm. All right. Now let's go with the Odyssey. Ooh, 250? No, it was more than that. 375. That makes sense. Needs to gross between 625 and 750. Well, what is the Odyssey box office? Let's look at box office so far. 281. That's not bad. 625 and 750. Ugh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Uh, yeah, it's probably going to be sandwiched in between Inception and Oppenheimer. You know, I also would not be. I want to be shocked if hold on, ranked by box office success. Hmm. Well, yeah, it would beat Memento. Of course, it would beat Memento. It would beat The Prestige. That makes sense. Hello? Hello? Where the hell is the rest of the. Oh my god. See, this is why I freaking hate these kind of lists. Oh, story continues. Here we go. Okay. Tenant. Ooh, yeah, not a lot of people like Tenet. I didn't think Tenet was too bad. I don't think it was too bad. Batman Begins, Dunkirk. You know what? I think it makes about the same amount as Dunkirk. Yeah, because I think with the amount of backlash from the movie, it's probably gonna make more than Batman Begins. Um, it's gonna make more than Tenet, but Tenet, you got to look at Tenet with an asterisk though, just with the timing of when it came out. Um, Inception made over a billion, Dark Knight made over a billion. Um, the only reason why this made more than this is because this was a great film and people wanted to see the conclusion of the trilogy. That's just mine. Um, it's fine. Absolute cinema. Um, yeah, put it. I'm gonna put it somewhere between Interstellar and Dunkirk, just because and simply based off of the backlash. Um, it will make money, but I think with just the backlash of it and people kind of complaining and some of the choices that he made, I think that's gonna kind of turn some people away. Um, and and the other thing too is my own opinion. Like with Oppenheimer, for example, Oppenheimer was like the Mario movie or the Minecraft movie. Um, what was kind of a memed event movies wise this year? Probably Obsession. Because Obsession, dude, look at the look at that dude. Estimated, 750, and it made over $440 million. I would say Obsession and Project Hail Mary are kind of like the two cultural event movies. What we're going into now is the summer blockbuster of culture events, where you got the Odyssey, you got Spider Man. Because like last year, were people lining up to go see Jurassic Park? Like they called it like the Super Jurassic Fantastic, like Fantastic Four, Superman, and Jurassic Park. Like nobody. Spoiler alert: I didn't see any of them in the theater because that's how interested I was in them. So, anyways, anyways, he's gotta make some money. He's gotta make a lot of money to break even. A lot of money, dude. Like freaking, like the fact that I made freaking budget. Like the fact that it needs to make this fully break even, dude. That's not. Mm-mm. Like when you look at Spider Man. Um, look how much lower that bar is. 500 versus 600. Like it just, yeah. We'll see. We will definitely see. All right, people. I think we'll call it there. Um, those are my thoughts on those two trailers. Which let me pull up. I never explained why I think Brand New Day. I started yapping for about an hour and got sidetracked. The reason here's why I think Brand New Day will be better than Doomsday is with the mix of what the MCU has been like for the last 5 years. Um, the only good movie was No Way Home. And like, yes, it's Marvel, but it's also Sony. Sony makes bad movies. Don't get me wrong. Like, anybody watch Madam Web? Oh, I guess nobody did. And the box office showed for it. But there's still a little bit of, yeah, respect to the character of Spider-Man to not sideline him. Because there's parts of me that think, yeah, if Spider-Man, you saw it in Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange got sidelined in his own movie. Um, Thor got sidelined in his own movie. If Spider-Man were to get sidelined in his own movie, that would just be a shame. That would be a super, super duper shame. Um, I don't think that that's what this movie's going to do, and I think they proved it by in the height of like terrible movies because Far From Home also did come out after Shang-Chi, Eternals, and Black Widow, all kind of pretty bad movies. So it's like it very well could have been a trash movie if it really wanted to. But I think Sony knows that they can't mess up with Spider-Man. Other Spider-Man characters like Morbius, Craven, and Madam Web, sure, whatever. Nobody cares there. But like Spider-Man, like they cannot mess up. They cannot mess up with that. So, um, why I think Spider-Man will do a lot better is I don't think Disney Marvel had full say over the film with um, creative expression. Like I think Sony probably came in and said, "Oh, hold on, let's do," because you know for a fact because we've seen it with the Hawkeye TV show, we've seen it with just every single project after Endgame. Yeah, the main character would get sidelined for the new character. We want, you know, it's like Spaceballs, but the new one. It's like we want you to like this newer character, and we're gonna push super hard for you to love the Thunderbolts. When it's like, maybe I don't want to. I think, I think Doomsday, considering that they're still editing it, considering that they were writing the script and filming at the same time, it just to me blunder, man. And like considering how film no editing and everything on the chopping floor has been a shit show versus I mean if Spider-Man has been the same thing, then it's like they've been really good to keep it under wraps um and instead of letting stuff leak out. I just I think Spider-Man was going to be a lot better in that aspect, and I'm not going to be surprised either if Spider-Man makes more money than Doomsday because Spider-Man doesn't need to compete with anything in the box office. You're telling me people are going to be like, you know, actually, I want to go see Supergirl. I want to go see Obsession again. I want to go see the Backrooms instead of going and seeing Spider-Man again. You kidding me? Like, I think Supergirl is already on streaming, like right now as we speak. So, the only com- like competition Spider-Man has in the box office right now is the Odyssey. And guess what? It's gonna, it's gonna spank Nolan in the butt. And then when you look at the remainder of like, let's look at like upcoming releases. Um, tell me when you see a film. Uh, stop me when you see a film that can dethrone Spider-Man. Paw Patrol? You think Paw Patrol is gonna? No, still scrolling. Still scrolling. Tom and Jerry? Maybe. But to this point, it'll already be September, and it's like, okay, yeah, well, the film has been in theaters for over 2.5 months. Shaun the Sheep. There we go. There we go. That's what's actually Tom and Jerry's gonna come out, and then Shaun the Sheep's gonna come in there and dethrone it. Like nothing. There is nothing. There's absolutely nothing that's going to dethrone it. Maybe Street Fighter, but again, we're all the way in October where we've already seen the movie 2 or 3 times, or 4 times, or 5 times, which I don't think we will watch it 5 times. Oh my gosh, I'm excited for, dude. Where is it, dude? Godzilla minus zero is gonna eat everybody's lunch here. Oh, it's um, I've heard a lot of good things about I Play Rocky. A lot of people are excited for that one. Um, you know, it's also silly too, is uh, by competing here, you know what Avengers could have done? It could have come out around Thanksgiving, dude. And it literally, like, it's gonna outbeat all of these movies for box office and IMAX and all that. Like, it just, yeah, whatever. There are no good movies, bro. There are no good movies coming. Ice Age, of course. What the hell am I thinking? Oh, yeah, of course. Narnia, my bad. My bad. Meryl Streep playing Aslan. My bad. Yep. Coco Melon. Oh shit, we scrolled too far. Coco. Oh no, are they making another one? Oh no. Oh no. No. They just can't help themselves. They cannot help themselves. They need to make more. They need to make more. Um, Spaceballs 2, the new one. I will see this. I'll see this. And I'll laugh. Spaceballs, the new one. Um, Not entirely excited for this. It should have been animated. It should not have been live action. And it's going to be real hard to make a movie when your main character doesn't talk. Last I checked, Link doesn't talk, but they're going to make him talk, which is probably going to be real bad. And I'm not too excited for this. Like, it's Gosling, but it's like, I'm not excited for this at all. Oh, there we go. Shrek 5. There we go. That's that's what's going to put butts in seats. Shrek 5. And then Man of Tomorrow. That's my reaction to that. Boop to that. John Rambo. It's a Rambo movie. This is a Rambo movie. This is definitely a Rambo. Yeah. There's a lot of bad films coming out, man. No original. No, nothing original. Sequels, prequels, interquels, reboots, remakes. Nothing original. Anyways, all right, people. Enough of me yapping. I thank you guys for hanging out. If you guys enjoyed the stream, please hit that like and subscribe button. It definitely helps out the channel a lot. Um, we've been yapping for about an hour, so people on the shorts end, I'll leave you with this. We're gonna do a hard out. Thank you guys for hanging out. We'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, hit that sub button. All right. All righty. Let's close out of that. Let's close out of that. All right. But I think Spider-Man Brand New Day has a chance and an opportunity to be really good. Definitely a lot better than Doomsday. Because a lot of people, here's the other thing too, when you listen to talking points behind this film and around this film, people are talking a lot better about this film versus Doomsday, where people are like from some of the points that I've brought up, where people are talking about, oh, the editing is terrible. Oh, they have no what's the word I'm looking for? Um, like the editing's terrible. They're stringing together like the casts, and they're putting like, oh, you got to team up with this person. You got to like the lazy Spider-Man could have very lazy plot points. Like I've talked about, like if Jean Grey is, the bad guy and she is like her powers are so strong that she's got to like nerf herself and realize like the inner conflict of maybe I can change, and then she takes herself out of the equation, and that's what has, Peter Parker win. That's lazy writing. But like if there's something even bigger behind the scenes where it's like, no, Magneto is pulling the strings of he's mind controlling her, so she's mind controlling the Scorpion and Hulk and the Hand and all that. It's like, okay, that we can build, we can do a little something here with that. But like, do I think Marvel thought that far ahead to do that? No, not even a little bit. Like this right here, him being like, "What makes you think I'm the Scorpion?" So I was like, "No, dude, I think you just have this long tail that you like poking people with." And the other thing, unfortunate too, because we've seen this in Marvel movies previously, this fight scene is going to be like 2 or 3 minutes. It's going to be at the very beginning of the film or sometime in the first act, and that's it. And we will not see his character again in the movie. Like the the montage of him fighting guys, that's probably going to be in like the first 5 minutes of the film. Unfortunately, like the bigger bad that will probably be somewhere in the second act, hopefully in the second act, and hopefully in the third act, will be Jean Grey's character, supposedly rumored, and then the Hand, which I'm also nervous that the Hand gets taken out right away too, where it's like we have the prison break scene, and that's it. Like after that, it's like no mention of them, no more. I don't know, because like if they're looming as antagonists and like the quote unquote bad guys throughout the throughout the whole movie, like that wouldn't be bad. But all right, people. Other than that, I got nothing else. I got nothing else. We've been yapping for almost 2 hours, damn near 2 hours again. So those are my thoughts on the Doomsday trailer. Those are my thoughts on the new Spider-Man trailer. The other one was better. The other one was a lot more fun. Um, we'll see about Hulk, man. We'll see about Hulk. The other thing too, and I kind of think this is a little lazy, is like you look at the Avengers that are in Doomsday. It's like, who they could really use in that lineup to help defeat Doom? These two. Like, I don't even know, dude. I don't even know. They're grasping, man. I'm also grasping at straws. Anyways, anyways. So that's my thoughts. And having me yapping. Um, that scene's gonna be cool when he takes out the Hulk. So, all right, and pull this up. Anyways, I thank you guys for hanging out with me again. Be sure to hit that subscribe button whenever you're watching this. If you're watching this now or later, Also, keep an eye out too for I have let me show you something here. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Um I have some NFL. Where is it? Aha, there it is. Okay. Okay. Keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes out. I got some thumbnails here. Keep your eyes out for some videos. Got some videos, which I heard the conversation about how he's slated to make about 50 million a year. Hopefully the Bucks pay him. The Bucks, I mean, if the Bucks don't pay him, he's on to the next team. I made a video that just came out about the Giants and my prediction for them. I think I have the Giants. Giants could easily be the 7th seed. They could fart around and get the 7th seed and steal it away from like my Packers or Washington. If Washington's farting around and not getting things done that they need to. If the Giants stay healthy, because that's the other thing too. They were Neighbors gone. Carter was in and out. Scadaboo out. Like they were dealing with shit. Wait a minute. Why did it not stay? It didn't stay, so it did. Oh well. There we go. That work? Yeah. Cowboys. I think the Cowgirls could win about 10 games. Raiders, I said like 6. Herbie and the Chargers. It doesn't matter how many games they win, bro. If they shoot the shit in the playoffs, it don't matter. Super Bowl, AFC Championship, playoffs first round exit, playoffs second round exit, miss the playoffs, divisional round exit if they're not careful. Straight to jail. Go to jail. Straight to jail. No. Why is there 2? I know there's 2 Colts. Like Colts again. Playoff exit. No, I mean miss playoff. First round exit. First round exit. First round exit. Division round exit. Miss the playoffs or a dark horse 7th seed. Miss the playoffs. Super Bowl. Or Super Bowl runner-up. Super Bowl or NFC Championship runner-up. Miss the playoffs. And well, thumbnail speaks for itself. So, all right, guys. Enough of me yapping. Close out of that. Let me close out of that. Those are a handful of some of those. Fortnite Battle Pass. I was doing a reaction here. Watch out for your ears. It might be a little loud. I was testing something out the other day. So yes, yeah. That's my first victory royale in a while, but it was also my first match. So I think they give you a win your first time around. I gotta release that. I did release my Doom trailer reaction, correct? Same with my werewolf one. Wow, I'm super close to the camera. Hello. No. All right. So that's it. Enough of me yapping, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Yeah. Keep an eye out for those NFL predictions. Sports-wise, actually, no. Let's take a little look around the horn. We can look at some sports predictions. PlayStation Backlash gets worse. Doomsday trailer hype. Ocarina of Time. Oh yeah, the Ocarina of Time remake. I was a little excited, not gonna lie. Yeah, there's nothing but baseball going on right now. Whoa, hello, how you doing? Wood next. I heard about this. There's too much cheating going on in Michigan. Rich Paul has earn the right not to be rushed. I did hear the thing about Adam Silver being like, "Hey LeBron, hey, hurry up! I gotta schedule Christmas games." You know what's funny? You know what's funny? LeBron could sign the night before with the team that he wants to go play. I think it's the Warriors. I think not all of us can agree that it is the Warriors, but a lot of people speculate that it's the Warriors or the Cavs. The dude could sign with the Warriors 2 or 3 days or the week of opening night, and guess what? You know what they're gonna do? They already had Warriors and Lakers played for Christmas Day, anyways. Because, oh, even if LeBron's nowhere in the equation, you still have Luka and the Lakers versus Curry and the Warriors for Christmas Day. So it's like, come on. And, you know, because considering from All Star break on, it is a flex schedule, even though the All Star break is in February and March and in that spring area. If they needed to, they could be like, oh, we got to call an audible. We got to have the Sixers and Lakers on Christmas. That's not hard to do. Like, I think the commish was kind of guilt tripping him a little bit. World Cup grades, Infantino, both earn an F. Sure. Um, is it a make or break? Yes. Is it a make or break for Dak? Yes. What if how 18 national title hopefuls can win it all? 18? You have 18 teams? Let's do. Here we go. Wait. Here we go. Okay. All right. Okay. Make sure. Okay, that's muted. All right. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ohio State. Um, Ohio State, I think could win it. Notre Dame could win it. Texas. I'm not bought in on Texas winning it. Not yet. Hoosiers, hell no. Hell no. The Ducks, yes. Bulldogs, yes. Miami, hell no. No. Tigers, hell no. Texas Tech, hell no. Texas A&M, yes. I think Texas A&M. Ole Miss, yes. Oklahoma Sooners, yes. Alabama, no. No. I think this is my hot take. Um, I think we've seen the peak of Kalen DeBoer at Alabama because he's not getting 5 and 6 stars like Nick Saban is. He doesn't have that much pull as Nick Saban does, where it's like, okay, I'm going to Ohio State or Alabama. Like with you look at the prospects that have played with Nick Saban over the years. DeBoer doesn't have that amount of pull. Alabama is not Alabama anymore. It's still Alabama, but it's not. It's not like, hey, yeah, USC wanted to pay me $3 million, but I'm gonna go play for Alabama for like $1 million because it's Alabama, and my chances of getting to the NFL are a lot better. It's not the same. It's not the same anymore. USC, no. Michigan, no. It's like, hell no. Tennessee, no. BYU, no. No. Missouri, hell no. Why the hell is Missouri on this list? And then we scrolled too far. We scrolled into the WNBA. Damn it, we scrolled too far. So out of this list here, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Texas, Oregon, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Texas, Oregon, Georgia, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Texas, Oregon, Georgia, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Oklahoma. I got it stuck at 8. Man. Those 8 teams. I think those 8 teams, and out of those 8 teams, I think if Oklahoma catches Georgia on a bad day, if Texas A&M can catch, I don't know if Texas A&M could beat Oregon. If it's the national championship, then yes. Because remember, guys, the Ducks pay millions and millions of dollars, thousands of jersey combinations, zero national championships. I think the Ducks could win one. Um, Texas, I don't like it, but yeah, Texas could probably win it. This I feel the same way about Texas as I do Oregon, where it's like, can they? Ohio State or Notre Dame? Ohio State, Notre Dame, or Georgia? Ohio State, Notre Dame, Georgia, or Oklahoma? Yep, those would be my Ohio State, Notre Dame, Georgia, and Oklahoma. Those would be my final four for semifinals if it plays out that way. But like how it does every single year, there's someone that emerges out of nowhere. Like you go look um preseason rankings. Like let me show you the preseason rankings real quick of college football, and then we'll wrap up the stream. 2026. It has not released. It has not released its top. Mm-mm. It hasn't released its rankings yet. But we can go standings. We can go rankings right here. Final rankings. Let's go preseason in 2025. Hey, do you guys remember this? Look at this. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. I'm not gonna move it. Okay. AP top 25. Do you guys remember when Penn State was the number 3 ranked team? Because they did this. This is what it was at first, which it's actually kind of pretty much this. Clemson was. No 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 boom 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 no 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 no. Number 10 defeats number 6. Okay, so they were right here. Miami's right here, number 10. Yeah, do you guys remember when Texas went into the shoe and lost to Ohio State? Yeah, but Ohio State was like ranked number 2 at the beginning of the year. But Texas was not ranked 13. They were not ranked 13. They were ranked, yeah, 1 and I was 1 and 3. I thought it was 1 and 2. Okay. All right, so 1 and 3. Okay. Yeah, because guys, don't you remember? For the last 3 years, like Michigan was ranked number 2, they won the Natty. Ohio State was number 2, they won the Natty. So yeah, Penn State ranked number 2, they're gonna win the Natty. Guys, don't you remember? Anyways, but like, boom, boom, playoff, 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 and then there's a drop from still Oklahoma. So hold on. Out of the final 12, 1, 2, I, I almost said 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 of the 12. All we're missing is JMU and Tulane. So when they release the preseason rankings, don't look up here. Look in the middle and down here, and those will be your playoff teams. I mean, Indiana, 20th, dude. They were ranked 20th, and they went on a run. So yeah, there's going to be a diamond in the rough somewhere where they'll show the preseason rankings. And let's do some college football 2026. College football rankings 2026. Texas, Oregon, Notre Dame, Indiana. Which I think Indiana is getting a little disrespected. Do I think Indiana's going back to back? No, but I mean they won the national championship. They should at least be number one. In which like the fact that our national championship teams are down here. Ohio State, who lost to Miami, is. We know this. Like, we know the preseason. Like, Ohio State's been the number one team in the preseason, like, every single year. Um, but we have, like, we scroll down here, like, teams to watch this year in the top 25. If we're going by the metrics I was talking about earlier, Washington, Penn State, BYU, a little on the outside looking in, Clemson, but I don't know about Clemson. Kansas State, um, maybe Georgia Tech. Oh my gosh, how long does this list go? 138. Did they rank all 138 big boys? They did. Okay. They ranked all 138 big boys. Ohio State should probably be lower. Texas lower. Oregon's fine. Notre Dame's fine. Georgia's fine. Indiana should be ranked higher. Miami should be ranked higher. Texas A&M is fine. Texas Tech should be ranked lower. Oklahoma's fine. Alabama's fine. Ole Miss should probably be a little higher. LSU's fine. USC should be down a little. BYU should be a little higher. Michigan's fine. Tennessee's fine. Penn State should maybe be a little higher. Washington should maybe be a little higher. SMU should be down, up a little, down, up a little, down, up a little, fine, down, up a little, down, up a lot. Georgia Tech is not the 42nd. Georgia Tech is better than Pitt, Minnesota, ASU, Virginia Tech, Auburn, Nebraska, TCU, Boise State, South Carolina, Vanderbilt. Pause. Illinois, Houston, pause. I would say yes, but I don't know. This game is played in the swamp. Georgia Tech's not winning it. Um, Duke should be higher just because they were the ACC champs. I'll give them that benefit. So put them up in the top 25. Florida State, I'm fine with you right there. Iowa State being here, even though they went on 8-4. I'm fine with this considering that all their players are playing for Penn State now, and they're the Penn State Cyclones. In what world is Oklahoma State at 1-11 better than an 8-5? Oklahoma State should be down so much more. And in what world is Oklahoma State better than the team and the coach that got that? They should also be down. No love for Belichick here. So you're telling me the worst team in college football. I'm fine with that. But you're telling me that the team that went 1-11, Oklahoma State, you're telling me that they don't belong down here with Ball State, Sam Houston, UTEP. I have a hard time believing that. Also, UConn should be ranked higher at 9-4. They should. That's just me. See, Purdue's getting no favoritism. Purdue, they're like, yeah, we've seen what you guys have been like for the last 4 years. Down. Also, this is mean. college football playoff team, and they're like, no. But it's a little accurate too. Ooh, that's not fun. Who's number 69? Nice. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay. All right. I got nothing else. People. I just did my little sports stream of the day. We'll wrap it up here. I thank you guys for hanging out. Tune in later if you guys want to see some gaming. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.